Hello everyone, this is a Sunday High Priestess. I hope you guys are doing well. For those of you who are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. And for those of you who have been with me for a little bit, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let's see what Spirit has for you. So I did get a download. Now, I've gotten this before, but it's about a karmic who is out of control. And when I say out of control, I mean like out of control. This person may or may not have mental health issues. Okay. Lots of jealousy towards the collective. I mean, a lot. This person is just going through it. Everything this person has wished for you, wanted for you, has done spells to slow you down, get you ill, whatever it may be, it is reversing and then some, okay? So let's see what Spirit has to say about all of this. Calling my spirit guides and my ancestors of the highest white light to help me channel the messages for the collective at this time. Help me read. So will it be. Okay. Yeah, this person definitely was celebrating your downfall at one point. You know, they were going around with their friends, with their cronies, with their coven, and they were definitely having a good time. You know, I'm hearing a good time, for some of you, a good time on your dime, okay, and on your energy. This person may have been a friend, a lover, a sister, a brother, okay, someone that you may have known even in your past life. This person was definitely out there, you know, doing the ish, doing the most, okay? This person is an empress, but it came out this way. Upside down empress. So this person may have thought that they were at one time better than you, okay? This person may have thought they were a lot better than you, that they were sitting in some sort of throne, looking down on you, on your wants, on your needs. Okay, they wanted you on your knees. Oh my God. So this person definitely has an inflated sense of self, okay? This person may have wanted to wear your crown at one point, okay? And they feel like, you know, that whatever it is coming to you, that, you know, that is something that you need to share. You know, they couldn't, they're not financially stable, okay? They couldn't do things that will replicate the financial vibe for them. So they need other people, okay? They need other people. They need someone to work for them, okay? A workhorse, okay? So that way people could give them what they need. This is not someone that is able, you know, as far as I'm saying it's able, they are physically able to work, okay? They just don't want to. They feel like, you know, everything should be given to them. All right, let's see what messages pop up for you regarding this person. Let's see, let's get a couple out here and then we can start reading. Thank you. So one of the songs that came out, If I Was Your Mother, okay? So there may be something pertinent to the fact that this person They want to be very close to you, just like your mother, okay? For some, this may even be your mother, or they were your mother in a past life. No one like you, okay? They are quite aware that there is no one that compares to you, that there's no one like you out there, and they want to be just like you. They hate you, but they want to be just like you. They don't want anyone to see you, but they want to be so close to you that they're just like your mother, okay? If for some of you, if you're not even familiar with any of these songs, okay, again, there may be a message in the title and in the lyrics. So don't worry if you've never even heard of these two bands. Just look at the lyrics, okay? Let's see, this will be for the advice. Later on, I'll take one to read the advice. Okay, let's see. Let's see what is going on with this Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs person. All right, ancestors of the highest white light and spirit guides, let me be able to read for the collective and what they need to know regarding this situation. Please and thank you. Okay. So this person may have even fallen in love with you, okay? This person, their sense of, yeah, they're very self-indulgent, okay? But there's something very creepy, very weird about how they express love and like towards people. This person may not even, they may have a warped sense of love. They have a warped sense of physical closeness, and they also have a very warped sense of friendships and even sexuality, okay? So this person may be into the same sex and deny that part of themselves because of, you know, insecurities, culture, etc. Okay? This person has a very hard time with friends for the simple purpose that, you know, people get tired of them. People get tired of their energy. They're not real. They're only they only get close to people to use them and abuse them, to take from them, okay? And a lot of you have been seeking clarity, okay? And this person thrives on keeping the waters muddy, okay? This person thrives on wearing a mask, okay? And keeping people at arm's length, okay? Keeping people guessing, you know, because their energy is so, I heard the word decrepit. Their energy is so warped. That's the only word that kind of keeps popping up. That they wear a mask for everything. So you don't really get to know this person 100% because they don't allow you to. They don't allow people to really get to know them, and they really have no wish really to get to know anyone either. They are lacking in abundance, okay? Lacking in abundance. So abundance could mean anything. It could be financial abundance, spiritual abundance, stability, emotional abundance, okay? So anything that is good, they are lacking. This person likes to mirror people. So again, very surface, very, very surface level. Okay, so let's say if you're into wearing jeans with orange sweater for the fall, they're gonna suddenly wear, you know, jeans with orange sweaters for the fall too. If you're into wearing, I don't know, a crown on Sundays to go out, all of a sudden this person's gonna show up, you know, with a crown on Sundays because, you know, they have no sense of individuality. They always try to mimic and mirror other people. Okay, one more, please. Thank you. Okay. And this person wants to reach out to you to give you some sort of shocking news, okay? What is this shocking news? They have something definitely to tell you that they feel is very shocking, very important. You know, this person also has not transformed. They haven't learned from any of their lessons, the lessons that, you know, that most of us learn, you know, when we get hurt, when, you know, with anything, any life lesson, this person kind of has pushed that energy, and because they feel they know it all. And you know that if you know it all, then there's nothing else to learn. So why should, you know, why should you bother if you know everything? You know, and this person feels like they know everything. This person wants to be just like you, okay? This person wants to be just like you, okay? And they realize that you are ascending. And they want to kind of basically come for the ride, all right? They are competing. They are competing with you, or they feel like that it's a competition. Of course, you may not even be aware of this. You're just living your life. You're just out there enjoying, you know, summer, enjoying your family, enjoying your friends, which, by the way, this person has an aversion to enjoyment as well. You know, but, you know, a lot of this cycle and second chances and, you know, things that pertain to this person, they will end, okay? They will end. This person they want to be, you know, be kept in your energy. They want to still kind of be tied to your energy. However, they can't, okay? They can't do it anymore. There is something about your energy, something that you have switched up, something that, you know, whether it was you, your ancestors, something happened that just, you know, pushed this energy away from you. Let's see. What messages can you provide? Thank you. Yeah, so for a lot of you, you're in a very Page of Cups energy. Very innocent, very giving. You know, you're looking for newness in love, newness in life. There's something about you that's very, very innocent, okay? Which is something that this person, you know, is not. You are in your Queen of Pentacles energy. So for a lot of you, your abundance, I'm hearing your grace, is actually, you know, growing. For a lot of you, obviously, you know, abundance, it can mean abundance of self, abundance of money, money's energy, abundance of different opportunities, okay? For a lot of you, you know, you've already gone through your struggles. You've gone through a lot of different things that you're ready to put down. You know, those 10 of Wands, you know, they were heavy. You learned through those lessons. You know, for a lot of you, this has been going on for a lot of years, maybe even 10 years, you know, and you're ready to put this down. You know, you're ready to kind of concentrate on getting those pentacles, you know, making sure that your stability and your sense of self. You know, a lot of you have worked really hard to set up boundaries and to make sure that, you know, you're well taken care of, and you've done this by yourself. Yeah, for a lot of you, you're looking forward into, you know, making sure that you reach the goal that you need to, you know, to reach. That a lot of you are looking forward to see what's out there in the horizon, you know, whether that's a new job, new relationships, new friendships, new opportunities. You're ready, and you've been looking out to see, hey, you know what, universe, I'm ready. I am ready and willing to accept all the good things that are coming into my life. You are very positive, okay? And you have maybe a choice to make about your future and about the things that are coming towards you. There was something that you may not have seen, okay? There's something that maybe that you needed to see, that you kind of needed to mull over. And now, you know, you're ready to see it. There may have been, you know, some moon magic, something keeping you blinded at one point. Yeah, you went through a lot of heartache, a lot of mental anguish, a lot of growth that came from this, okay? A lot of blood, sweat, and tears going through many different cycles of your life. But you grew. It helped you grow. Yeah, and you kept fighting. It turned you into a warrior. It turned you into a really badass warrior. Let me see one more. Yep, because you learned that you're the one that's going to be able to set up those boundaries and that stability in the near future. You're the one that's going to be able to, you know, put cycles, set cycles either to start or end cycles. You have control over that. You have mastered that. Yep. For a lot of you, you know, this made you a lot stronger. This made you, you know, seek solace within to plan, okay? To plan. Planification is coming out, okay? For a lot of you, you turn inward, okay? And you started to maybe seek for answers within an institution, okay? Whether that institution is religion, okay? For some of you, you turn towards religion. For others of you, it may have been psychology, okay? But it gave you the cup that you needed to move forward. It gave you the knowledge you needed to move forward, okay? And the love, okay? This provided the love that you needed to start over, okay? You're the one that took, you know, you grabbed the bull by the horns and said, I am going to make changes for myself. Excuse me. I am not going to let anyone or anything interfere in my life. And I'm going to move forward with the knowledge that I have and the boundaries that I gained to make myself even more precious, I'm hearing, even better. Okay? You call judgment in this situation. So St. Michael came in and started doing what St. Michael does. And we all know that St. Michael is a complete badass. He is a complete badass, okay? He is, you know, if he's the big daddy, the you know, one of the archangels that if you have him on your team and you need him, he is there, okay? Your spirits are saying, don't worry, we got you, all right? There's nothing that you need to worry about. You just need to have a little patience, all right, with some of the things that you need. All right. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Give me some advice and let's see what kind of picture we could paint with this message. Okay. Your person, this person may be wondering if you are engaged. Okay? You may have been engaged to someone they know, but they are wondering whether or not you are engaged. This person is definitely part of a karmic cycle. Yep, wedding rings. They're they're trying to figure out if you are engaged. This person, remember, they mirror everything. So if you are engaged, maybe they want to get engaged too. If you're married, they want to get married too. There's something about trying to be a step ahead, okay? They may have been engaged at one point with your person or married to your person, but it was definitely a karmic relationship, okay? Yeah, this person is extremely bitter. Extremely bitter. They have a very prickly type of personality. They rub people the wrong way, okay? They rub people the wrong way. They don't like when people do things, and this person has such a bad self-esteem, and you know, they pretend that they don't, but the minute you start doing better and start advancing, whether that's your career, in anything, you know, anything, have more friends, you're more social, you wear your hair down, your hair straight and their hair is curly. There is something about themselves that they hate so much that they lash out towards people. And now my throat is kind of like closing up because they don't like, you know, when people kind of call them out, okay? They have a very, their self-esteem is shot. They don't like females. They don't like males either, okay? So whether this is a female or male, they just don't like either males or females. They just don't, they're not comfortable in their own skin. Again, shocking news. This is the second time. So this person wants to come in with some type of news that's going to shock you, that it's going to seem shocking. It may be shocking, whatever they have to say, or they're perceiving it as something shocking. This is probably something that you already know, especially if you are intuitive, okay? So it may be something that you already know, something you've already dealt with, something you've already discussed, maybe with your significant other, something that is, you know, so benign that it's not even going to make a blip, okay? But they think it's shocking because they feel like they have the upper hand and they want to come in to stir the pot, okay? But you've been healing. You know, you have taken that healing cup a while back, and you've healed a lot of the toxicity from your life. You've healed the abuse. You've healed, you know, old ways of thinking. So I'm hearing that perhaps, you know, this person's going to say something to you that maybe in the past may have hurt you, or you know, you maybe the reaction was you know, to argue or to fight, but you are so far removed from that way of thinking that you're no longer even going to react. Okay. You know, you may have felt like you were a key on a ring, you know, that you were just one of many at one point. You know, you may have felt like this with either your significant other, or this is how this person may wanted you to feel, okay, that you're not important. But they're also hating the fact that you may have mended things with a soulmate, that you are going to meet a soulmate, or that, you know, your soulmate is, you know, making changes for you. This person may have addictions. One more, please. And like I always say, addictions could be anything, and it doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, alcohol or drugs or anything. It could be anything. It could be, you know, sexual addiction. It could be eating or overspending. It could be like 100 different things, okay? But you are in the dragonfly energy. And dragonflies are very lighthearted, okay? They adapt to change. And, you know, a lot of good things, a lot of great things are coming because you're able to, I hear, transmutate a lot of this energy, okay? I'm surprised the Magician didn't come out. Again, this person is wearing a mask, okay? This person is wearing a mask. This person is, you know, trying to reflect, they're narcissists. They're trying to reflect that mirror right back to you. You know, this is a person that's very surface level, okay? They're trying to sabotage what you have built, okay? And they're trying to break your heart. They're trying to come in to, again, break your heart, or say things or say something that may break your heart. But so it's up to you to sort of, you know, read between the lines. Take the information, you know, from, you know, where it's coming from. Obviously, if this person likes to lie, they're a narcissist. They're, you know, they suck the life out of people. Then you know that this person, whatever that they're saying, it's not true. You are in a very good energy. You are in the energy of love, unconditional love, self-love. You know, you're very affectionate, very selfless. You are making healthy choices for yourself, okay? And you are using the mirror, but for a very different reason, because you're using it as an introspective tool. You know, you have learned to go within, and you have learned to make changes, make positive changes, okay? Let's pick another card so we can read later for the advice. One more, please, and thank you, thank you. Okay, you gave me 3, okay. All right, let's see. What messages do you have for the collective regarding this situation? What messages do you have? Okay, this person's on a fool's journey, okay? To a lot of people, this person is looking like a fool, like a clown. You know, people have walked away. They're just tired of the BS and tired of their foolery. You, on the other hand, are a praying woman or a praying man, okay? So you go to source for everything, which is why a lot of their BS has not reached you. This person may be suffering financial karma, okay? And you may have felt that at one point your expectations were not met, okay? You may have felt like, hey, you know, when am I going to get my justice? When are things going to turn around for me? And they will. Again, remember, temperance. You need to have patience, okay? And for a lot of you, you are on a mission. So a lot of you, you're light workers, okay? And for a lot of you, you may be seeking spiritual guidance. And for the people that are, you know, seeking spiritual guidance, talk to your spirit guides. Talk to your spirit. Reach out. A lot of people think it's hard to reach out to your spirit guides. Just, you know, the same way that you pray, if you pray or meditate, just reach out. Start, you know, asking. And here's the thing about spirit guides and ancestors. We have good and bad. So you need to always make sure when you're reaching out to them that you're reaching out to the ones that have, you know, are enlightened and that have the closest to source, okay, closest to the light of God or, you know, the universe, whoever you may aspire to, okay? And just start talking to them. One more, please and thank you. Okay. Yeah, this person is a pathological liar. Okay, pathological liar. And they are afraid because, you know, you and someone that maybe they know is going to turn into a power couple, okay? This person may be thinking, like, they are completely obsessed and they're always thinking about you. So your energy could be tugged constantly. This person may be in bad health, okay? And this person is worried that you are going to have a little one, okay? Obviously, we're all adults here, okay? So if you're not in the space to have a child, you know what you need to do. This person, because they've done so much, part of their karma is to be in this sweatshop energy. They're going to have to work like a dog for the rest of their life, okay? And maybe even afterlife, I'm hearing, okay? So let's see what advice Spirit has for you. Thank you. There's too many, but you know what? I'll take it. Let's see. What advice do you have for the collective? Please and thank you. What advice do you have for the collective? Thank you. Okay. All right. So let's see what advice Spirit has for you. Okay. They have Fehu. So, you know, that Fehu is basically a rune of warning, okay? So, you know, it's basically warning you to, you know, watch your back. Don't get sloppy. Honor yourself. Okay? They want you to honor yourself. Take care of yourself. Recognize the hard work that you've put into getting to where you are today. Instead of thinking how far you still have to go, just remind yourself that you've accomplished a lot of things, okay? And you should be proud of that. Resolution, okay? So there's a lot of things that you have, you know, resulted. There's a lot of things that you've gone through in your struggle. So whatever it is that you've been struggling with, it's about to be resolved. Remember that resolutions don't always happen in the way that you hope or want, but being able to move forward and start fresh is always a relief, okay? And for some of you, you may even have a spirit guide that is a wolf, okay? It really depends on your lineage, okay? So for a lot of you, you may have someone, you may have a wolf, okay? And for some of you, your lineage may even dates back to Rome, ancient Rome. Your ancestors and your spirit guides are asking you to open up, okay? Open up. You're being asked to open your heart to another, to let down your walls and trust that they want the best for you. Your life will open up in a wonderful way once you decide to open up. So for some of you, because you've been through a lot of ish, you know, it's a little bit difficult. It's a little bit hard to open up to people, okay? The universe and spirit sees that you are transforming, okay? They know that you've been working with ancestors and those of the highest white light, and they do see your success, okay? They do see your success, and they're here for it, and they're going to keep assisting you. For a lot of you, your health will improve, okay? And, you know, the spirit is saying that whatever you decide and whatever you want, it is up to you, okay? And if you were asking for a question, you know, they say it's unlikely, okay? So I hope this message resonated with you. Please hit share and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Take care.